You're just walking up for fucking walking up to gang members and being like, "Give me your shoes." Like, bro, you're gonna get hurt. Like, I hate to break this to you, but someone's really gonna hurt you. Someone is really gonna do unpleasant things to you if you keep acting like that. You know what I mean? So we're on fucking Shannon. But I'm gonna make tea first. I'm gonna make some tea! We'll play some Shannon. We need to speak to Splainer. We need to speak to Loxley. And we have a court case in 3 hours? Question mark? I don't know. We'll see.
Can't breathe, I can't sleep tonight, knowing I might wake up alone tomorrow. I can't breathe, I can't close my eyes, 'cause there's a feeling somewhere inside.
We are anonymous. We are legion. United as one. Divided by zero.
I can't breathe. I can't sleep tonight, knowing I might wake up alone tomorrow. I can't breathe. I can't close my eyes. 'Cause there's a feeling.
Why are you gifting subs when I'm AFK? What's wrong with you? Magoo with 5, Anon with 10, and another 1 to BZT. Magoo, thank you so much. Anon, thank you as well. I got some leftover omelette, bruh. Thank you very, very much, Magoo. Thank you very, very much, Anon. I have some leftover omelette. Om nom 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 nom. I gotta move the cookie. No.
Hello, this is Shannon O'Banion, your loyal companion.
Yeah, you're real funny, Lawrence. Where you at?
I'm heading over to the casino to talk to Marlo. You want to meet me there?
Yeah, can you come pick me up? I'm at the apartment, so I ain't got a car.
Sure, yeah, I'll swing around for you.
Alright, see you soon.
Yep, be right there.
Leftover omelette, dude. I don't normally eat on stream, but I don't want this to go cold. It's not really cold, but it's coldish. Can EMS buy their own ambulances?
X-Lane taxi service.
Yeah, your windows are all fucked up.
Sadly standard for this car.
Yeah, no matter if I park it somewhere like outside of the courthouse for 5 seconds, I can walk away for 5 seconds and come back to it and somebody smashed the windows.
Yep.
No offense, Wayne, but this car is the personification of fucked up 24/7.
Yeah, it kind of is, and I don't mind. I mean, it's literally bottom of the barrel. It's an essay to class. I don't really care.
Yeah, Tim was saying that he was looking forward to getting this car in the future, because obviously it's on 4 wheels. But geez, it's his funeral, not mine. So whatever.
You like your Pagani though?
Yeah, it's nice. I want to get rid of it soon, but it does the job. So it overturns like a motherfucker. So
I just hire shit when I need so.
Oh Christ, okay. You had much issue with it coming back to being stolen? Because I know that they...
Never.
Oh, wow. Oh shit, lucky you. I've had loads of people come to me saying they've rented a car from that guy behind the maze bank, and yeah, it's just as far as the police can tell, it's just fucking stolen. So.
See, those
they
people.
give you some
Those people are
fucking
lying their ass
papers
off.
there. There's fucking rental papers now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Oh
they
shit, that was
actually
on
have a
summer.
receipt. So if
No,
somebody's
that was
telling
on
you that they
Vail.
rented
I don't
from,
know that.
from
I don't know that.
behind the
Oh
bank,
fuck.
they're trying to
Massa.
pawn it off, but they
Ah, I see. Okay.
So those kind of people, you just kind of want to say, okay, we'll give you your receipt and your bank account, and if you can't show me the receipt in your bank account,
I thought I was
then
on
you're lying
Shannon.
to
It
your
wasn't.
attorney,
I
and
haven't
I'd rather
rented
not
since the rental
service you.
papers came out.
Yeah, I've had a
It's not the
couple
end
of
of the world.
those down
It's not the end of the world.
down
It's
in the
fucking
holding
stupid.
cells recently, so
Yeah, you got to play
fun
hardball with
time.
them sometimes. If they're gonna lie to you and just impede your progress, they don't understand that they're standing in a 6-foot hole and they want you to dig it to 8.
Yeah, I had a guy lie to me for half an hour straight to the point where we were about to go to a bench trial, and then I had like a small inkling in my mind that he was lying to me, so I said, okay, let me just ask him one more question. I said, are you fucking lying to me? And he went, yeah, okay, yeah, about everything. So that was an interesting
I
one
fucking
for sure.
hate that shit so much.
I do too.
I had a client. She said she got pushed down a fucking cliff in a wheelchair, right? And I recused myself, so I guess I can talk about this. She said, oh, I got pushed down a fucking hill in a wheelchair. Oh, that's fucking terrible. All right, you want to go to small claims court, get $2,000 out of it, nice and easy. All right. Got all the way into the fucking courthouse, waiting for the fucking judge to come through the fucking door. Literally fucking like it fucking, you know, the 11th fucking hour and the 59th fucking minute. She goes, oh yeah, I did no balls the guy though.
Oh, for
Like-
fuck's sake.
Enticed him to do it.
Literally fucking told him to do it. And you
These
want to
guys got
claim.
balls.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, you kind of accept liability for your actions when it's voluntary.
Right.
Fucking. By the way, sorry, rude of me not to introduce myself. My name's Gil Schultz. I work with Mr. Splainer. Would you
Yeah, I
probably
thought
guess
it was
this one?
Jill. I figured you were a woman, but I guess it's,
Yeah.
yeah, all right.
No, it's
Fair
not
enough,
Gil.
Gil.
Yeah, Marlo said we were gonna meet him on the roof.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Rooftop pleasures. Please wait 2 minutes for the elevator to arrive at your location.
Boom, boom.
Oh,
Mr. Stanfield. I take it you prepped Buddha. He said he was speaking to you earlier on.
Yeah, I talked to Buddha about what's going on. So essentially, the story that they're sticking with is that they were downstairs having a meeting, just using the casino as a venue, and that they were never up in the penthouse.
Okay. So is that what I'm sticking with too? So what's my story?
Yeah. So essentially, your story. So something I need to find out from you is essentially who brought you into the penthouse. We've already talked about what happened once you were in the penthouse, and what happened after the officers left after you unlocked the elevator. Did they take you with them?
No. So me and Otto, we came from the hospital. I came to the rooftop. I think Otto went straight to the penthouse, and there were cops on the rooftop, and I was just fucking with them, and I just jokingly ran away, and then they chased me, tackled me, and then cuffed me. And then went through the elevator, ended up at the penthouse. I don't remember if it was either Spartan
rewind
or
real
it
quick.
was yeah.
So
Why?
you
Why did they
you were
chase you?
They said I was resisting arrest at that point.
Did they say why
Did
you were
you-
under arrest?
No.
Who was it? Spartan, you said?
I can't remember if it was Spartan or Dulio. It's been like almost a fucking month now, right?
Right.
Yeah,
so
it's been almost a month.
Can you
So
go into detail
here's
about
a-
this joking around a little bit more, please?
They said that they were here investigating a gunshot. I said that I just got here, and they said, and I just kept telling them they got to leave the property, and they said no, we're investigating, blah blah blah. And then I said, y'all got to leave, and they said no, you need to leave. You need to get out here, we're investigating. And then I jokingly just ran that way.
So they told you
Down
to
to-
fucking leave. You made a motion to leave, and then they said you were resisting arrest.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds pretty easy to me.
Well, let me. This is Cassie. Hey, I'm talking to the lawyers on the rooftop. If you want to come through. I gotta talk to you about something too in a bit. I bet.
Right.
And then once I got into the penthouse, I was cuffed. I kept telling Dan to uncuff me so I could unlock the elevator. I never got uncuffed. I don't know how they got down, but they ended up getting down the elevator. He went down by himself. He might have brought Dulio, but I swore Dulio was on the floor for like minutes afterwards. But it could have just been, you know, me thinking he was down. I'm not 100% sure. And then I was uncuffed by, I believe, Tony, who wasn't actually up there. Quote unquote. Right. Wink, wink.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll explaining how you got uncuffed is going to be kind of interesting.
I wiggled out of him after hours
or
of being alone.
Or somebody came up to you and uncuffed you, and you don't entirely remember.
Yeah, you
who
don't know who the fuck it was. Some fucking LSPD cop uncuffed you. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure. You were uncuffed from behind. You didn't know who it was.
A male LSPD
was I uncuffed
cop
in the penthouse?
You. There you go.
Where was I uncuffed?
That's a good question. What do you think, Lawrence?
So I think considering that he was cuffed and left in the penthouse, and that's pivotal to the storyline that we're trying to extract from him, I think that he was just uncuffed from behind, and then they went into the elevator. He didn't see who it was. He doesn't know who uncuffed him.
Okay. Was this before or after PD breached the penthouse?
It would have been natural storyline. So whenever the cops tried to leave and they went down the elevator, that's you were uncuffed sometime at that point in time or directly after it.
And I stayed in the penthouse.
What did you do after that? After you were uncuffed, where did you go?
We all were up there. Then we all went into the office.
It's thank you very much for the prime, dude.
Floor.
Any primers?
Okay, then you could say that because of the shooting, you weren't entirely sure what was going on. You barricaded in the office, and then once it calmed down, you snuck out.
Thank you, Seth.
They might ask you how you snuck out. So how exactly did that play down? Who snuck out with you?
Like nobody. So I was in the game floor with the Lang and Co. And we were all just gonna sit there and chill and like fucking just schmooze with the fucking locals and whatnot. And then they all decided, you know, we're just gonna walk out and say we were having a meeting. So they all walked out, and I stayed. And cops were like walking around me, not paying attention to me while I was just chilling at the game floor. So I could just say I was watching the patrons at the game floor afterwards. And then basically from there, I sort of slowly walked my way to the bar because I was fucking starving. And then I realized I had no money, so I slowly sneaked my way to the ATM and got money. And then right when I got back to the bar, they opened up the casino and then patrons started flowing in.
The casino didn't open that day, did it?
Yep.
Yeah, it did. It just didn't have anywhere near as much profits as it normally would. That was the.
I was looking at the transaction logs, and it looks like the only things for the 25th were during the morning. So it'd be like the opening of the 24th rolled into the 25th. I don't see any transactions for the 25th itself, though.
So you're not going to see like gambling transactions. That's all done through the investors. But yeah, we probably weren't able to sell no memberships because it opened without any of us working. I was literally the only one working. Everyone else was in cuffs, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
and I wasn't really even working. So like the transactions you would see would be membership sales.
Okay, I don't think I have the logs for that, so I need to get those.
I think that's just the normal transactions that you see in the books. That's the only thing that should be in the books for income is transactions.
The thing that I was handed was the actual movement of chips.
So
that
sure?
I may have gotten something. It's literally a transaction log.
So have you seen the taxes books or no?
Yes, I think Cassie.
If you were given those, you would. Yeah, that's just the membership stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, then I'll comb through that. But that's relevant to the civil case, not really relevant to what we're talking about right now.
Exactly. But yeah, there was a. So I was right when I got back to the bar. Literally, I just saw like fucking 30 people run in and go straight to the tables.
Yep. So you were uncuffed. So let's just to get the story straight. After Faley took Dulio back downstairs, you got uncuffed. Didn't see who uncuffed you, but you went and hid and barricaded into the office. And then after some heat passed off, you went down to the games floor to go get some food because you were starving. And then you then the casino opened up a short time afterwards.
Yes.
All right, that sounds good to me. So just to confirm, this is the what we're thinking about, and what I recall talking to you about, maybe a week or so ago, was when you were handcuffed outside of the elevator. You could see Faley and Dulio, right?
I could see Dulio on the wall, and I could see.
Should we go to the
Faley.
penthouse so you can stand exactly where you were?
Yeah. I mean, the doors were propped open, but yeah. Oh, unlocked it for you.
It's already unlocked, I think.
No, it's locked. It might be unlocked for you if you got like access.
Yeah, I got keys. Guess that's what it is.
So, I mean, these doors were like wide open, and I could barely see like right out the corner of my eye, sort of what was happening. Dan was about like here or so. He kept like sort of like hiding behind the door, going back and forth. And then I believe Dulio was like right here or so. So I could barely see him like coming in and out of cover here.
Yeah, they submitted something saying that they think a bullet ricocheted off of this wall over here to hit Dulio and knock him out. When you straight up saw Faley shoot Dulio, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Because that's essentially what I need from you is that Faley shot Dulio, and that was after shooting occurred.
So if we can basically get Faley to say that he if we can get Faley and Dulio to testify that it was a ricochet, blah blah blah, they didn't shoot each other. If we can get Faley to outright say that he did not shoot Dulio, then we can get you to testify that you saw Faley shoot Dulio. You have a cop up on perjury. So that's real nice.
That's what I was thinking, is that according to the report, it looks like that what Faley is going to try to do is say, oh no, bullet ricocheted and it hit Dulio in the back of the head. That's a negative angle that doesn't work. Right? So if they only have two officers up here saying what happened, whereas we have Otto Del Mar, we have Dean Watson, potentially Joe Kane. I still haven't been able to talk to him. I summoned him without being able to talk to him because he's mentioned in the report and I need him. If he's not there, it's okay. Do you have his phone number?
Yeah, I'm calling him.
Okay.
Who, Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Yeah, right. It'd be amusing to actually see him around. But...
Yeah, you'd have to go. You probably have better luck walking over to his bedroom and shaking the bed.
Yeah, he's probably on some bender in Zimbabwe or something.
Yeah.
Fucking Zimbabwe.
Wherever Joe is for that day. But I think so. What I'm thinking here is that like you said, Miss O'Banion, if we can get Faley caught up on perjury and motion to impeach him, based on the medical report and based on Marlo Stanfield's direct eyewitness testimony, those two things would pull Faley out of it. That makes it to where Dulio is the only person who can testify. All of Faley's testimony gets stricken, and he gets flagged as an integrity violator, which just compoundingly looks bad, and it makes it look like that the police are trying to they're trying to falsify evidence, which just puts a bad taste in the mouth. I'm not talking about limes where you can somehow enjoy it. I'm talking about straight bar of soap in the mouth. Let's see here. The rest of the conversation and the narrative that I've been working on essentially is that, Marlo, when you and Otto came back here, you saw that cops were on the premises. Cops talked to you at the
cars, and then once I came up to the roof, I saw the officers. That's how I remember it.
You went up to the rooftop. You saw officers. You told them to leave. That they need a warrant to be here.
Yep.
And then they tripped you up. And then Otto came down here and told the officers down here in the penthouse that they also need to leave if they don't have a warrant. The thing that had happened before that, however, is Faley had came down here and tried to arrest Dean because Dean was preaching the same story. He was saying, "Hey, get off my property, show me a warrant. Get off my property, show me a warrant." And after he said that a few times, they beat him down with a mag light. And that is when Otto was, trying to secure the area and was basically telling them to get the fuck out of there or produce a warrant. That is when a man in a black mask, nobody knows who this man in a black mask is, pulled out a gun from that back room. Nobody knows who he is. And he walked up here and he started approaching police with the gun. So the police engaged that person. When the police engaged that person, they also started shooting Otto. And that's when Otto pulled his gun and started firing back, because I don't care who says what. You can try to claim that you don't have self-defense against the PD. When they're putting your life in danger, you can defend yourself. The PD are not immune to you defending yourself, especially when they just open up with ARs. And while Faley was trying to shoot at Otto and this black masked individual with a assault rifle, he clipped Dulio in the back of the head, which is referenced by the medical report.
Do we know that it was an assault rifle?
That's what it says in the report, I think, doesn't it?
Well, if Dulio got shot in the head with a fucking assault rifle, that's a very different bullet to a pistol.
Yeah.
That's definitely something we need to check.
Yeah, I don't think it says specifically in the medical report what caliber it was. Let me check over. They submitted the medical report. Let me find it.
I know he did have an AR when he was over by the elevator. I don't recall if he had a pistol or an AR when Dulio was shot. I don't know if he pulled it out afterwards because he was the only one, you know?
It says that Dulio was Glock jammed and he was forced to switch to his M4.
Okay.
It doesn't
it
say
talks
that
about,
Bailey was using an AR.
He
No, it
definitely
doesn't.
was.
Yeah, you can
multiple times when he was over my shoulder, he shot the door open, making sure it stayed open.
Yeah, you can testify to that fact then. And if you testify to the fact that they both had ARs out, then Dulio switching to his AR because his pistol jammed, that story no longer holds up. They were willing to go to class 2 weapons.
It's also pretty interesting that apparently Dulio's Glock jammed prior to any fucking guns being fired.
Yeah, that that train of logic doesn't really make sense.
As Otto Zelmar was walking away from the two officers, he threatened that if they did not leave the property, they would be shot. The group of individuals all barricaded themselves, blah, blah. At this point, Dulio's Glock jammed. The officers then witnessed a man wearing all black run out from the back room, pistol raised. So his gun fired before he even tried to fucking his gun jammed before the fucking threat even presented itself.
Additional evidence that they were in fact the aggressors here. So essentially, when it comes to the 4 different guns that were found up here and that picture, I'm trying to get those thrown out by saying that they never had the right to be up here in the first place. A phone call does not constitute police easement or urgent circumstances. And that's one of the grounds that I'm going to argue here. And the follow-on factors of the engagement here in the penthouse, I'm going to be going off of the fact that they were the aggressors. That they shot first, that they aggressed, they struck down Dean Watson when there was no reason to strike him down. That they shot at a black masked individual. The black masked individual was an instigator, and they had every right to take him down, sure. But when they started shooting at Otto, they completely opened the doors to Otto trying to defend himself, and that's when Otto tried to defend himself. When it comes to all of the other people that they're saying that they're up here, they have an alibi that they were all downstairs.
There was a point where we went all the way to the helicopter pad. Is that at all in this or no?
That's kind of later on. That's how I'm going to exonerate Gomer and Dean if we're talking about the same thing.
So no, after that, it's after they left. Like the group of us went up there, and there was a helicopter. So I don't know if they saw anybody. Like if they can 100% make out people. Because if they can see me up there, then I'm sort of fucked, you know?
Yeah, I don't. Wait, how does that fuck you?
Because then I was with the group the whole time. As opposed to me myself just barricading in the office. Uncuffed by somebody at that point.
Well, in our narrative, you got uncuffed by the cops.
Well, I think you should have said somebody I don't know who it is, right?
I think
it's a cop?
I think it's better if it's somebody that he doesn't know. He was just he was uncuffed and he was I think it's better if he was uncuffed by somebody he didn't know. He doesn't know who it was. He just went into the office to barricade because there was recent gunfire.
He was uncuffed at that point, right?
Yeah, and that's what matters.
He checked the rooftop to see if the police was still there, to see if he was free to go. Blah blah blah. Like that's just me.
I think adding additional statement that it was a cop just that starts building upon a story that might crumble, in my opinion.
Give me 1 second.
No, beyond reasonable doubt. There is a lot of reasonable doubt here.
I agree with you. I just don't think that we should add facts in there that might draw some level of attention.
I understand why his Glock jammed prior to firing. What, did he pull it out and decide to just fucking check if... Did he pull it out and point it at someone and pull the trigger before that fucking gunman had even shown his face? How the fuck else is your gun gonna fucking jam?
Yeah, how'd you test that other than immediately? So it's either he shot it and it jammed while he was there, or he tried to fucking shoot before anyone else and he found out it was jammed.
We could really have Dulio up here with the statement that he made to Faley when he said, you know, shoot him in the head. Which Marlo clearly heard. Yeah, so Marlo, while cuffed, basically, Dulio was down. Marlo said, I'll unlock the elevator for you so you guys can leave. And then Dulio said, if he keeps talking, shoot him in the head. To the other officer.
Cool. Yeah, that's a nice fucking statement to hear.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, I have a little bit of a document that I've been working on, so I'll go ahead and start sharing that around.
Yeah, Loxley's on his way.
Wait, did they also say at one point that one of the officers got shot from a ricochet from the wall behind you?
So, yeah, this is drywall.
Yeah, this fucking
ricochet off drywall at a
negative angle. So the shooters were allegedly down here. Right, so they were allegedly here. And you draw that fucking line of the bullet, right? It's gonna go out here. And then it's gonna fucking ricochet this way.
Yep.
If it's gonna ricochet, and it ain't gonna ricochet off drywall.
Yeah, like taking out the fact that it's drywall, they would have to be shooting from inside the home cinema fucking thing over there.
So a low velocity handgun round, that's not gonna ricochet very common. That's not gonna be a very frequent ricochet.
Well, no, unless it's hitting like fucking sheet steel. Even then, it's not very fucking likely. The only way that shit's gonna fucking ricochet is if it's like a fucking super acute angle. Even then, it's less of a ricochet, more of a glance. Anyway. We didn't end up putting Andrews on the witness list, did we?
No, I was given 6, and I feel like that all the points of view that I need, like if they call, I might use Angel. I think she's the highest ranking officer they called, right?
Yeah, she's definitely highest.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Or
I think Sergeant, yeah.
Ripley. I don't know if they called Ripley though.
Yeah, they amended their statement, and I see where they called Spartan, Faley, Dulio, Angel. Who else did they call?
Well, the motion that they made was Faley, Dulio, Angel, Svensson, Bass, Ripley, Andrews, Manley, Price, Wrangler, Soretti, Hole, and King.
Yeah, the judge stepped in, Weston stepped in and said, no, you're not going to get that many. You get 6 each, choose. And that's when I chose Otto Delmar, Dean Watson, Marlo Stanfield, Gomer Colton, Lang Buddha, and Joe Kane.
Sorry about that.
They also have Bass on their witness list. That's who I was missing. So they have Faley, Dulio, Angel, Bass. Where the hell was Bass during all this?
Never once saw him. Actually, the only time I saw him was when I was in the.
He was outside.
When I was in the. Well, when I was at the game floor, when I was sneaking around, I did see him sitting at the gate, so nobody could leave.
Okay, so he was barred. So he was barred.
So he's, yeah, he well at least at one point he was.
Yeah, so he was just controlling access.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's the one that probably got Lang and all them when they walked out, because they walked out through the gates.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, if they were just on the game floor having a meeting and then they left, then yeah, not a big deal to them. Alrighty.
Yeah, they amended it to not have.
Do I think I saw them having a meeting? If I say I went to the game floor, or did I go to the game floor after they left?
I mean, when you walked in and you were, I might pose the question to you. When you walked into when you saw cop cars and you walked in, what did you see? You could say, I saw, those four having a meeting, and then I went up to the roof. If you want to say that, it's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can just
or
not
I could
ask
say
the
I
question.
knew they were having a meeting prior.
Yeah, I mean, you're like an operations manager here, so you'd know that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, we can pose that question to you. Sounds like that's building a good narrative. Alrighty, so from Marlo, from your point of view, the entirety of the narrative would be that you came here after Otto was injured. You walked up and you went to the game. You went to the game floor. You saw what you saw. You went up to the roof. You told officers to leave unless they produce a warrant for them to be there. They told you to leave, so you started to leave, and they arrested you anyway. They took you down while cuffed to the penthouse. And while you were here at the penthouse, you saw officers Dulio and Faley from over here engage with whomever. You couldn't see who they were engaging with, but they were engaging with ARs.
So yeah,
you
Marlo.
saw Faley.
Sorry, allow me to interject.
Yep.
In the police report, they actually state that Dulio's weapon jammed and he switched to an assault rifle prior to the gunman even making his appearance. Did Dulio try and shoot you?
Shoot me? No.
Yeah, well, did he try and shoot anyone? Because I don't know how the fuck else he would know that his gun was jammed if that's happened before the fucking...
I don't think they had guns when they were on the roof with me. I think they just tackled me.
Well, down here. There's basically a statement
that's what I'm saying. He could try to argue that he did it out there, when I was running away, but no, I don't even think they had weapons out there. So it's not like the gun would have jammed out there. And then when they were up here, no, there was no shots.
A gun would only jam when it's going through its cycle of operations, whether it's a failure to extract, failure to eject, failure to fire, whatever it may be. So if they brought you down here and you observed the entirety of the firefight from that point of view, did you ever see him pull out a pistol and try to fire it, or did he just pull out an AR and go blasting?
I saw him. I never saw him shoot a pistol. I saw him shoot the AR.
Okay, and that's a good question to include. Is say, what weapons were officers using? Did you ever see them try to use any other weapons?
Faley was using a pistol at the start. I know that for sure. When he was here, he was using a pistol at the start, and then I don't know if he switched before or after Dulio went down. But he definitely had a pistol at least for the first couple shots, and then I was fucking trying to wiggle my way back because I didn't want to get fucking shot, and then I know that he also had a assault rifle later on down the road.
Yeah,
so.
At this point, I really think that you are going to be basically the testimony that's going to anchor down the fact that this report is fabricated, because you had a literal bird's eye view of them and their actual actions. And because your testimony is going to conflict so much with their police report and what they said went on, it's just, and the fact that the DA didn't call you herself.
Did you witness Faley shoot Dulio?
I don't see how else. I don't think it would be a ricochet. So I don't see who else could have shot him.
Well, okay, but did you witness it?
Then yes. I mean, yes.
You witnessed
I don't know unless somebody was behind me that shot. Unless somebody else was back here that shot, it was Faley.
Yeah. So the way that we would pose the question to you is, did you ever see Officer Dulio get shot?
So I just say yes. But yes, I did.
Okay. Did you see where he got shot from?
Behind him. When I say behind him, or I say the back of the head.
I would say I would say, did you see where he was shot from? That would be from behind him.
I'm gonna start working on a closing already.
And then I'm gonna ask you, who was behind Officer Dulio at the time that he got shot?
Officer Faley and myself, technically.
Who was firing weapons at the time that Dulio got shot?
Faley.
Just Faley. Was there any return fire coming from the other direction when Dulio was shot? Which you previously said it was only...
At the time, no, I'm pretty sure it was just him shooting, and then it was sort of back and forth, the shots over here, so I think it was sort of in the lull, and he accidentally popped him. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I think we should save Marlo for second to last or last and have him be the anchor. We want his testimony fresh on the judges' minds.
Yeah, we really want you right at the end.
What do I have to avoid when they cross-examine or whatever?
They're going to have essentially they're going to have questions coming at you where they're going to try to get you to contradict your evidence. The testimony that you gave, like something that they may try to draw attention to is they might try to get you to say who uncuffed you. I would just stick to the fact that you don't know. You didn't see them. As soon as you were uncuffed, you barricaded in the office. After some time passed, you're not entirely sure how much, you went down to the game floor to try to get some food and to get out of there. So I
didn't see them at all. Not that it was a masked person. I didn't see them at all. They came up. I was looking at the elevator.
You fucking got in that elevator. You hit that fucking closed door button. You were out of there.
Yeah. Right after Dan left, I was looking at the elevator. I got uncuffed and then I left.
Yeah, you just got the hell out of there. You're not sure who uncuffed you.
I know it's not the big man thing to say, but you were fucking scared. You just got in the fucking elevator and you dusted.
If you don't want to elaborate that far, you don't have to. You just, gunfire. You were trying to get the hell away from it. I think that's good on that. Obviously, I have Dean basically saying that he told them, "Hey, produce a warrant or get out of here." And after he said that, maybe 2 or 3 times, they beat him down. And that's basically the conclusion. Yeah, and that's basically the conclusion of his testimony. Once we have Dean submitting that, we have Otto saying that the black mask person engaged with. I need to talk to Otto. Once we have Otto saying, I talked to Otto about this before. I just want to bang that back into his skull. Is the black mask person engaged? And after the black mask person engaged, they started shooting at Otto. He never had a gun out until they started shooting at him.
Yeah. Okay.
After that's done. Gomer Colton came in here after all the firefighting. He was in the office on the opposite side of the penthouse. He came here, grabbed Dean, tried to get up to a helicopter, and tried to just exfiltrate himself and Dean out of the situation. And that's all he was doing.
When Dan was hiding behind me, Gomer came out with his hands up, and then Dan told him to come back to where the gunfire was.
Dan was telling him to come back into gunfire.
Yeah, he said, go back in the room. And then Gomer said, fuck that. And he went over to the other room with his hands up.
Did he have
away from the gunfire?
Yeah, telling somebody to.
I don't think he had Dean at the time. He could have. If he did, I must have missed it.
Yeah, then I'll just say, did you see Gomer at all while you were restrained? And that's when we would elaborate upon that interaction.
Okay. I mean, and Gomer can also testify that he was fucking taking cover behind me with the AR over my shoulder.
Oh, Gomer's a witness to that too?
Gomer walked by right as he was doing it, because when he saw Gomer, he's like, fuck that. And he went behind him and with the fucking AR pointed at him and said, get back in the other room.
Oh my God. So I need to call Gomer to the civil case, and that's really good here.
Yeah.
Is he a witness here though?
Who?
Gomer.
It's more relevant to the civil case.
Yeah, I called Gomer to this one.
Okay. All right. We need to brief him then. The casino. Buddha, Otto, Dean, basically everyone at the casino.
All right. So then, after all that, I went to the office, barricaded in there. Later on, went to the games floor, and then when I was after I attempted to leave the games floor, I saw people come in to the casino, like patrons.
Yeah, and essentially once police had cleared the scene, that's when you tried to open the casino back up.
You weren't arrested on the day, right?
Nope, I haven't been arrested or nothing for that.
Okay, all right.
Never warrant, nothing.
No. Alrighty, I have a lot of unless we have any other witnesses that are available that we can talk to. I think Marlo, I think we're straight. Do you have any questions for us?
So the reason I actually called you, other than that, I've been arrested by Wrangler twice now. I've been charged with crimes like money wise, but he ain't adding shit to my record.
Okay, get me those copies of your bank record that show that it's a state forfeiture.
Should we wait until 30 days so they can't?
No.
Push
So
the charges,
this is
no?
This is a civil they have to press the charges the instant that they fine you. When they fine you, they are pressing charges, and if they are failing to do so, that is a civil case. So I need those bank records as soon as humanly possible that shows that it's a state forfeiture, and I'll get a copy of your criminal record that says that there's nothing on record to sustain that criminal forfeiture, and then I'll sue Wrangler for it because that is not good pursuance of his duties.
Because the main thing is he fucking tried to get me on a DWI for smoking a joint and then driving a car like 20 minutes later. He literally just watched me the entire time. The dude's a psychopath. And then when we were in the car, he had the nerve to say, "This is revenge for," and then he stopped and then said, "Never mind, this is because you broke the law." And then later in the cells, he said it's revenge for making him wear a dress and work at a casino one day. So he's stalking me now, trying to catch me in any crime potentially. So he said that my license was revoked and all that, but I see it's not. Then I went to the courthouse and there was no charge for a DWI, but I did get charged the money.
Okay, then yeah, get the bank records where he fined you. Give me copies of those, and I'll get a civil suit up.
All right, perfect. And the other one was like attempted murder or something before, and you never pushed that either.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. That's why I don't necessarily want to bring it up if it's going to get put on the record. But like you said, if it had to be put on the record that day and it didn't, then I ain't bit.
Yeah, if he fined you and didn't press charges, then yeah, he needs to. You
fucking Wrangler.
I'm going to assume that he doesn't have the report, and I am going to sue him for those damages.
What if they do? Is there an outcome where they just end up putting it on my record and calling it a day? Because if so, I'd rather just say fuck the money and then not.
They can certainly try, but if they try to do that, I'm going to file an injunction against it and say that that you were already charged for it. They already took action against you without having the proper paperwork done. So that violates your Sixth Amendment right to face accusatory evidence.
Yeah, this is the same instance that happened with Gunther as well. So you are not the first person that this has happened to. And in the other instance, it was 20 days later that it had to be processed, and now we're trying to fuck with the backlash of that.
So the fact that they've taken action against you already, and didn't put the charges against your record, if they tried to file the charges at this point in time, we may have an argument for double jeopardy. I'm not entirely sure about that one, but we definitely have an argument for the fact that it's falsifying of evidence.
Yeah, well, it would be double jeopardy, right? Because they billed you just because they haven't done the fucking paperwork, but they definitely billed you and I guess jailed you as well. So there's punitive actions have already been taken against you. Now putting that onto your record is also a punitive action, so that would be a second punitive action. Sure, those punitive actions should have originally been done fucking concurrently, but because they weren't, that is double jeopardy.
To be fair, for the first one, Wrangler didn't process me because he got contempt of court and sentenced to 90 months. So DOC processed me. So I don't know if they'll just say, "Oh, well."
Right, but he would need to actually fucking.
It doesn't change the fact that it's not. Doesn't change the fact that it's not on your record.
Okay, I just don't want to get fucked by getting it on my record. Because like right now, it's basically I got an expungement. I only got disobeying a peace officer on there. So
no, I think there's no way that they add that onto your record, and if they try to, then obviously we're going to go for a Sixth Amendment violation to get it taken off.
All right.
So I think you're pretty clean there, unless I'm missing something. Schultz, Gil, you want to check my logic? Miss O'Bannon, you think I said anything wrong?
No, I think you're pretty spot on.
Seems pretty on the money, to be honest. To be honest.
I'd like to see what happens with the Gunther case that I'm doing, because then it'll set a kind of a guideline for this instance.
Oh, cool, Ozymandias.
It's again the same fucking guy, Wrangler again.
Nice.
So yeah, we can just.
So it's Wrangler in all three of these.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, consistent pattern of failure here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if we kind of have
why are you
all the way
bro?
forward, get that done and see how the verdict is on that, then it basically completely guides us into pushing almost the consistent pattern of failure, like you said, and say, well, is he competent enough to continue processing and being on the force if this is going to be a consistent issue?
Yeah, how is the state going to maintain its prosecutorial authority if he is continuing to violate the rights of its citizens?
I think we've got quite a fun one here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to start writing to the court case tonight because that's the pressing matter at hand. You've got keys to my car, right, Gil?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
all should
pull it out though.
Yeah, I probably would have to, wouldn't I? Okay. Then yeah, we can find somewhere quiet, and I'll start helping on this case.
Did you get the docs from the psychologist or whatever?
Avery? No, I haven't.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
I might have to reach out to him. I'm not sure if I know what his email
I'll
address
shoot him.
is though. Don't
I can
shoot
get
him.
His, email address for you.
Shoot him an email. Do not shoot him.
Mm.
We need him to not hate you.
What if I get Pixie Plum instead? She just tweeted.
Sure, if you want to go talk to her, I know that
Yeah,
she's
I
on
could
top
talk
of
to
her
her
shit.
and then I could shoot him.
I still can't recommend the second action, but if that's what you want to do, you're the client.
I won't shoot nobody, I guess.
I cannot recommend that you undertake this narrative of events.
Fine.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying that I can't recommend it. That is not saying that I don't recommend it. I'm saying I can't recommend it.
Wink, wink.
So who have we
Don't
got
wink
in
at me,
total?
you
We've
beautiful
got
bastard.
Dean, we've got Marlo, we've got Otto. Who else are the witnesses that you added?
Joe.
Joe Kane,
Probably not gonna see. Goma.
Gomer Colton.
Buddha?
Goma will
Did
be
you
there.
call Buddha as a witness?
I called Buddha.
Okay.
That's my 6.
All right.
Do you need Cassie as a witness or no?
No.
Okay.
That and all 6 of our slots are already consumed. The only thing that I could do right now is say, oh wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Exchange.
Joe is in Italy.
Exchange Joe with Trooper Andrews or something.
Got you.
That's the only thing that we could really do at this point in time.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be too hot on that.
Probably not. They would probably be like, we gave you one chance. You thought about it for a little bit and told us who you wanted. There's no reneging now. We're at the 11th hour. Things are locked in. That's how I would treat this.
100%. Hey.
No response from Otto.
Yeah, I've talked to
response
Otto.
from Dean.
I got this. I'll do this shit solo.
I mean, if we get Faley thrown out by your evidence, I've already talked to Buddha and confirmed his side of the story. All we would really need is Dean to come up here and say, yeah, I tried to serve them a warrant, and then they struck me down.
So Faley alleges that, and I think Dean basically said to me as well that Faley alleges that Dean ran through the cinema, came up behind him, and said, "I could have shot you already."
Dean did tell me that part too. He just said I could have shot you if I wanted to. Now get off my property.
Yeah, that's not a good statement to submit.
Yeah, no, it's not.
We should just stick to Dean's narrative too. Yeah, they came up into my penthouse. I told them to leave if they didn't have a warrant, and then they struck me down.
So
that exonerates Dean all the way.
So they actually only took the photograph. They only started collecting evidence after they had assaulted Dean.
Yep.
Which is the interesting part.
And they just I'm kind of touching upon it in the opening, but the fact that they just blanket charged everybody is just laziness from the prosecution.
The thing is, Faley says that there was a 2-hour standoff. Right? A 2-hour standoff, and then, quote, after negotiation, the suspects exited the building and gave themselves up. Oh, Dean's calling me right now.
Boom.
Nice.
I'll get some water from the bar.
Hello, Dean.
Right.
How's it going?
Hello.
Hello. We're doing a little bit of court prep right now. We're speaking to Marlo up at the penthouse, if you'd like to come along.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right. Sick. See you soon. Yeah, he's on his way. Why the fuck would he search the main floor and then the roof? I don't understand. Main floor, then roof, then the penthouse.
I mean,
You would
honestly,
assume he would clear up, right?
By having a police inquiry, that is a good question, because maybe we can get him to admit to some level that there was a residence and he'd rather not go in there if he didn't have to, and then we can ask why is that? Like, well, you know, we don't tend to go into residences if we can't have to. And I was like, okay, is that because there's a reasonable expectation of privacy in a residence? And just kind of pile drive him with it.
I'm the only one
Something
streaming
you could get him to slip up on.
Hello, Dean. How's it going?
Hello, very good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty
Mr. Watson.
good. Pretty good. All right. Yeah, we're just getting the story straight with
I've already talked to Buddha and Stanfield. I really need to talk to Mr. Del Mar. I talked to him about a week ago, but I want to make sure that he remembers our conversation.
Yeah, we need to brief everyone up on their stories. Now, we haven't heard from Mr. Kane. Have you heard from him, Mr. Watson?
No.
Yeah,
I haven't been able to track him down this entire time. I haven't been able to get a hold of him at all. But if that's how the cookie crumbles, that's how the cookie crumbles. So when it comes to your narrative of events, if I remember correctly from the last time we talked, essentially, cops came up here into the penthouse. You told them to leave if they didn't have a warrant. Then they struck you down, and that's lights out. That's it.
Sorry, say again?
If I remember correctly, the last time we talked, essentially what happened is cops came up here and essentially started walking around the place. You told them to leave if they didn't have a warrant. That's when they struck you with a flashlight, and that's lights out.
Very much.
Yep. So that's pretty much the storyline we're going to extract from you.
Should I? What if they mention me about the bit where I walked behind
the
him?
people you ran through and said I could have shot you.
Obviously, I don't want to mention the bit I could have shot you. But
Yeah, we're not gonna mention that.
running up behind him.
Mr. Dean, you were bashed across the skull. You can remember as little as you like.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
you can just simply say that when you saw officers, you ran up to them and told them to get off your property unless they have a warrant. And when you repeated that 2 or 3 times, they struck you over the head with a flashlight, and that's lights out.
I remember telling them to leave, and then I was beaten unconscious.
Did you ever get a medical report or anything?
Guess so.
I think we have one. I think I submitted it into evidence. Give me 1 second. I think the one that I have only talks about the helicopter.
Oh yeah, because that was like an hour after I got hit on the head. So more.
Yeah.
more
So they were
apparent,
more
I guess.
focused on treating the burns than noticing that there was flashlight injuries.
So what you're saying is they try to get rid of evidence by blowing up a helicopter, so they couldn't tell they hit over the head with a flashlight.
I don't think we could really attack that angle, but maybe.
Just the
They
more.
set a limit of 6 witnesses per side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty common practice. The thing is in order to completely exonerate you, I need to get your side of the story where you don't have much to say. You didn't do anything. I need to get you up onto the stand to say that you didn't do anything to completely exonerate you.
Gotcha.
I'm still stuck on this fucking gun jamming thing from Dulio. His report is literally written that his gun jammed before he even saw a gunman. Why the fuck is he trying to shoot people before there's even a gunman?
Do you have to fire a weapon in order to jam it?
Unlikely. I don't think so.
Well, basically, Dean, the statement in this thing is Dulio's pistol jammed, so he switched to his AR. And then the next sentence starts talking about someone comes out with a gun. And it's like, why the fuck is he trying to shoot someone before he's even seen anybody with a gun?
They have no evidence of any of this, right?
They have no evidence of
This is entirely officer testimony. 110% officer testimony, and we can probably get one of those officers tossed out simply because this police report is falsified. He's going to stand behind the falsified police report, and luckily, Mr. Stanfield here and medical reports corroborate Mr. Stanfield's side of the story that Faley shot Dulio in the back of the head. So if Faley says, "What was Ricochet?" and then we say, "No, Faley."
Well, I'm just gonna ask him. I am just gonna ask him when we get him on the cross. I'm gonna just ask him, "Did you shoot Dulio in the head?"
Yeah.
Did you shoot Dulio? He says no. Then we'll get into Mr. Stanfield and we'll talk about all that shit.
Yep.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna tear him apart. Like, my closing is gonna be fucking Dan Faley, basically. That's the angle that I'm going for here, is the ballistics and fucking ruining him. Because if we can destroy his testimony, the other cop got shot in the fucking head, right? So the only two cops that are actually privy to any of this shit happening, one of them got shot in the head and the other one's a perjurer and scumbag. So
do they have any evidence that anyone in this penthouse that wasn't a police officer shot a gun?
well, they have a fucking photograph of some casings and some fucking stain on the floor, but they didn't collect any of that shit. They just have a photo.
No evidence of gunfire.
They have a photo, and they have a photo of a stain and some casings. They have no fucking collection or anything. Like, I need to ask them. I'm going to ask fucking Faley as well. Why didn't you collect any of this evidence?
Well, I mean, that's probably because we started giving him aggro before he could, right?
Right, but, you know, he needs to come up with a reason why, you know, he didn't fucking collect the evidence. He can answer those questions on the stand. And then if he's basically undermining the foundation of their fucking case, right? They're trying to press charges on you without doing their due diligence. So I'm going to attack the fact that they didn't do their due diligence, whether you were given a aggro or not. They can get fucked. They're trying to press charges. They need to have the correct amount of shit for the charge.
So, who is there any witness to me, the one that actually gets hit on the head, or is that only Joe?
Joe, but
that's Joe, which is why I've been trying to get him, damn it. The thing is that so Officer Faley's testimony doesn't have any sort of intrinsic value over yours. So if he says, yeah, he was belligerent and running around, and you say, I just told him to produce a warrant, and he struck me on the head, that's you pointing fingers at each other, and essentially it goes nowhere. You both have the exact same value of evidence when it comes to your testimony.
So it's
just a cop that don't hold that higher.
No, because he doesn't have any evidence of it.
So I always hear cops say they're gonna believe my word over yours.
That is not inherently true. That is not inherently true. Especially if we make it to where Faley looks like a complete asshat that's trying to lie about ballistics. to cover for the fact that he shot somebody in the back. Honestly, that might fuck this entire case. The fact that Faley is trying to lie to cover his own ass. He might be single-handedly fucking this case.
And it'll fuck the civil case in their favor too. Like, it'll give us more ammo if we can fucking show that he just shot a fucking man and that man said shoot him in the head just like he did. Damn. Psychopath.
Oh my god.
Still scared.
Marlo, you might need to take a cough drop. Does anybody else hear that? Does Marlo's voice sound a little scratchy to anybody else?
No. It's actually fine for me.
Interesting.
I'll do
so I'm
it
the
just
only
in case.
Yeah. Does my voice sound scratchy or anything? Am I okay?
Oh, you sound fine.
Good too.
Interesting.
Hello.
Yeah, it still sounds like you need a cough drop to me. It's weird. Hold on a second.
Eardrop.
Yeah, I might. I'll put some eardrops in. Give me a second.
Dude, I just DM'd like Seer and Timac, right? Just sent him some DMs to say, hey, look, are you coming to court, you know? And there's just a lot of fucking shit on Twitter right now of people like attacking how Prince Philip looks as he's coming out of hospital, right? And it's like, bro, The guy
Okay, Marlo,
is
try one more time for me.
the guy is
Hello.
90 something fucking years old,
Good
and
enough.
all you can do is say, you know, like
That sounds. Say
bully the shit
a
out
long
of
sentence
him.
like the quick brown fox jumped over the
99.
lazy dog.
Exactly.
Say a quick long sentence like the quick fox, the dog, and the hound.
It's good enough.
Let's do 199. Well, they're like, it's just a whole load of people fucking, you know, mocking the guy and be like, oh, he looks like a fucking corpse. Blah, 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 blah.
Alrighty.
And it's like,
so let's
bro,
see here.
there are more important things that you could object to the royal family about
If
than
we've got
how
if
he
we've got
fucking
Mr.
looks.
Watson's narrative events locked in,
Right.
Then I think that's all I need for now. If we can get Delmar or Joe to come around, that would be fantastic. I'd also like to talk to Gomer just to see what he witnessed, because I don't know where Gomer was. Was he one of the people who was like barricaded in
I
here?
can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, we really need them to get in fucking touch because it's 2 hours till the court case, right?
It's game time. It's the 11th hour.
Mm-hmm.
Is Gomer a witness?
Yeah.
Gomer's
I
a
called him. I
witness,
called him as a
Joe
witness.
Kane's a witness.
Gomer is
Gomer
one of
will
the
be
witnesses that Gomer's is one of
Sirius
the,
reacting to
Gomer's one of the
hot tub
witnesses I was
streams.
using to exonerate you, Mr. Watson, because he grabbed you and pulled you out of there.
Is he on just chatting or what?
So if he can just be like, yeah, I didn't do anything other than leave an area with gunfire once it seemed safe, and I grabbed Mr. Watson and brought him with me. If I can get him to say those two things, that's all I really need him for. But that's reinforcing the fact that you did nothing, that you're innocent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming Gomer's going to be here anytime soon, so just
Yeah.
need to give him a heads up on that.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Is Sia getting on? Oh shit! Okay, he's getting on.
I might have his phone number. I'll give him a call.
Like, there are a lot of reasons to object to the royal family, right? But like, laughing at somebody
nice to have a clean
who
record again.
laughing at somebody who has, you know, has had an incredibly
Yeah,
long life,
I
who
do.
served in the fucking navy. I don't think that.
Fuck up.
And I've been arrested twice by Wrangler and still got a clean record.
Did you get
Yeah,
your driver's license back yet?
He never put it on my record, so I never lost it. He's an idiot. And then you remember that
Why
one
is
time me
that
and
your
Otto
idiot?
did the shooting and we were in court for that? He never put those charges on my record either. We did the shooting outside the courthouse. So I literally just have disobeying a peace officer on my record right now. They're saying that we can sue for the money back since they never put it on my record. So it's like I doubled it.
We just got to wait the 30 days, I guess.
Well, he was saying we do it before that. So he's saying that they had to have put it on the day of them charging. So I got charged, like money-wise. I just never got the charges on my record. And then apparently he said that he has another person that Wrangler did the same thing to. So Wrangler just apparently doesn't like to do paperwork.
Fuck that guy.
Is it in 1 hour or 2 hours?
It is in 2 hours, 15 minutes.
2:15.
2 hours, 15
Yeah.
minutes.
I apologize for my clocks.
Yeah, your clocks are fucking up everyone else's, so
Yeah, our clocks can go fuck themselves.
one day they'll get rid of that shit, so.
I'm pretty sure there are a few states that just straight up ignore it. It's like Arizona or
Where I'm
Arkansas.
We just don't believe in it. All got this.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been relevant since the fucking 60s. So the whole point of it was during the World War II to Vietnam era when energy
It goes
was
back further than that.
yeah when
Agriculture,
energy
right?
was it's partially agriculture, partially energy conservation.
Well, it's from the fucking Victorian era, from the Industrial Revolution. At least in the United Kingdom, it is.
Oh,
Because
Yeah,
it's
if you're
about
from the UK,
yeah. Basically,
we don't-
go ahead.
I was just gonna say we don't even do it at the same fucking time, so like it's just it's fucking 2 months where the clocks are different for no fucking
Wait,
reason.
where are you from?
I grew up in London for a bit, but I'm still from the States, so
Alright, just double checking.
I'm guessing you've been around there for some time as well, or?
Oh yeah, no, I just fucking know a decent amount about those fucking bucktooth scumbags. No offense, Dean.
Fuck people from London. Or
Whoa,
Britain.
whoa.
Anything.
Whoa.
Dean. Fuck you.
He's too busy staring into the distance anyway.
Yeah, he's got some Tony Stark level
listening.
calculations going on in his head.
No.
Well, I'm gonna start capturing all this data that we've gotten in the past,
Yeah,
hour and a half onto paper.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much just gonna attack the cross. On Dulio and Bailey's testimonies. That's kind of where I'm gonna put most of my effort in, and obviously it depends on their testimony. But I'm gonna try and open them up and get them to say shit that's gonna perjure themselves later. Or get shit that we can, cast out on later, I guess.
Yeah, that'll give me, if you're handling the cross and while the prosecution has the floor, that'll give me plenty of time to adapt to closing to whatever their argument is.
Yeah, hopefully Loxley, jumps in a little bit as well. But I'm gonna cross. Yeah, I'll try and get some high points on the cross. I am gonna have such a fun day with Dulio. I am gonna have so much fun with that boy.
Ugh.
In the judicial sense there, Marlo, alright?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Oi.
Yeah, I might be leaning a little hard on it, but essentially what I'm trying to do is get Dean exonerated from tip to tail, and the narrative of the firefight, and considering how valuable Mr. Stanfield's testimony is to that, is kind of why it's taken a little bit of a backseat, just because we have such an ace in the hole on that one. The fact that Marlo saw the entirety of the firefight from his point of view and they didn't call him is fucking weird to me. The fact that they don't want a chance to question you directly, Marlo, is weird. If I was the DA and I was pursuing the truth of the matter, then I have no idea why they wouldn't talk to you. Let's just take up the entire screen.
You gotta find them one way or another.
Dean, we need a retweet, Dean.
You retweeted yourself.
Fucking Larry Buddha retweets himself all day, every day. I'm sure I can do it once.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of annoying the first 2 or 3 times that the Roosters Rest did that, where they had everybody retweet it.
I guess it's still annoying. Yeah. I hate retweet culture.
I'm okay with it now. I think it's funny at this point.
It's funny to you, but when I'm trying to do anything on my phone, I get 6 tweets and I'm just closing out of them.
That tweet didn't even go through.
We crashed Twitter. Look what we did.
Yeah, the phones are being a little fucky right now. So.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a normal day. So.
Alrighty, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start off with Lang, and basically say just to get him out of the way, so that he says that he was in a meeting with his boys. And they didn't see anything. They didn't do anything. They just got out of there, and that's why they.
I guess Faley says that he directly saw Buddha.
That's something you could rip apart in a cross. Where did you see him? What did you see him wearing? Who is he with? How did he see him? If he was engaged with Otto Del Mar and the Masked Man?
Everybody did change upon leaving.
Well, the thing with Dulio is that he says that pretty much the first thing that not Dulio, Faley. The first thing that Faley says is that he saw them all just running around up here.
That's another reason why I want to get Faley impeached.
At the time, Officer Faley tried to get multiple individuals into custody, alone, mind you, including Lang Boda, Gilmore Carlton, Tony Corleone, Nino Chavez, Dean Watson, and Otto Del Mar. Dean Watson immediately resisted, running and failing to obey commands from Officer Faley. Now,
Wait,
I'm pretty sure
Otto wasn't here during that though. Otto was at the hospital with me.
Yeah, Otto was at the hospital with Stanfield. So there's another
Otto showed
inconsistency.
up after Dean was already on the floor.
Oh, that's
Yep.
big.
That is what, inconsistency number 4? We've got Dulio getting shot. We have the fabrication of ballistics. We have the inconsistency of timeline of talking to Dean rather than Dean talking to him. We also have him saying that Otto was here, even though Otto was not up here yet. Oh.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yep.